Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Thursday, the 23rd of October. It's going to be a quick one this morning. We'll start off looking firstly at what news events are going to come out. As ever, look at the risk for the day. There isn't a great deal here, not a great, in terms of expected risk here. We've got core retail sales out for Canada, or retail sales data coming out there, existing home sales in the US, not really anything in terms of big hitters. I'll just have a look at what we've got. We've had, get the right day, October 23rd. Right, we've got some quite a few companies reporting their biggies there coming through. So we just need to watch that. Still haven't resolved this shutdown in the US as far as I can see, and well, there you go. Business is not usual. So let's have a look at these markets. We'll start off looking at the euro dollar. I'm not going to go through too many of them because there's not a lot happening here at all. I've already been through them. So this is, as I say, going to be a brief one this morning. The euro remains largely on the sell side. It did catch a bounce yesterday. I'm going to take you straight down to the hourlies here. So it did catch a bounce in the sort of early afternoonish sort of time there. Just didn't look like it was going to go far anywhere, and it didn't. It bounced up into its back to its daily pivot. It's quite a rarity having hit the S1 first. Often they'll go through, but it just was not looking like it wanted to go anywhere. Anyway, it's currently sitting in a sort of, we're still in this downward trend. It's pulled back to its daily pivot, having broken underneath it. It really is a case if it breaks these lows here in the next hour or so. If it moves nicely, it could be on for a break above the pivot. I'd stand aside of it basically. It's just getting into a bit more of a chop. The pound looks similarish. It's a reasonable downward trend still kicking in here on the dailies, stroke 4 hourlies, but it's that indecisive area that you can just about make out on the 4 hourlies here. Same sort of picture here. Is it going to hold on here or start breaking down and push back towards the S1? That would be quite nice, but again, need to see this end up as a reversal and probably wait another 30 minutes to an hour afterwards and see what it does here. Might not have great pickings in it in terms of if you're targeting these lows, but and it could break through. I mean, it may be a partial exit or something, but I still see the downside. But it is a bit messy. It's not quite as messy in some respects as the euro, but it's still there. US dollar yen. Let's quick look at that. He says, if you please, today would be good. Come on. There we go. So you can see US dollar yen continued largely to push to the upside there, and well, that seems to the current route, and it's the most logical place to be in. It's not the prettiest. I was waiting for this to sort of break out yesterday. Well, it did it late afternoon, early afternoon, but I didn't catch into any of this. Then found a little bit and then went later. It's moved largely through this Asian session here. There is the potential for it to continue. Not like you can really do with that at the moment. But if you'd been watching it, a buy stop above the highs here would have been quite a nice thing to do late on in the evening. But anyway, I was too busy looking at gold at that point. Likes the Aussie here, these are just all a mess. US dollar CAD has been shaping up now. I'll just show you on the hourlies here. Again, you've sort of had the run into the pivot stroke 34 moving average, gone through the pivot a little bit, but only held for a while. It's whether or not it starts breaking back down below the 139.87 sort of area. If it starts coming back there, well, maybe it's got opportunity to continue to the downside. It's it's been a bit stalled, but it's putting in patterns like lower highs coming through here, which suggests, and with that stronger inflation data, it might just roll back a bit more yet. Especially if the dollar does soften, it might benefit. But at the moment, not really going anywhere too much. The rest of the pairs here, I'm really not interested in. So I'm going to leave them. It's just talking about them for talking's sake, really, at the moment. Gold, well, the question is, there's a lot of people thinking about shorting this, and as ever, the retail market gets a slap. There are reasons why the gold might take a big hit, but it might be a little bit early for it to be, because I was just talking about this a short while ago in terms of some money sort of taken out of things like gold, and it might be that retail traders are doing exactly the same thing in terms of taking their money away from gold, trying to lock in profits, or covering their equity stocks or whatever else they've got, which have taken a hit. So they sort of get rid of the good to save the bad. Really, it's bad move to do. Never should be done, but it gets done, and sometimes it has to be done for hedge funds, etc. But I wouldn't suggest that we're that deep into anything like that. It's currently just having a bit of a reaction to its hourly 50. With the higher lows that are kicking through here, I do wonder if it will move back up. It's a bit of a mess at the moment, and it's that old case. I wouldn't buy it from here. If it starts picking back above its weekly pivot, well, then it might be a bit more interesting, because it will have gained a bit of momentum to the upside. Don't need to be in at the bottom. Okay, or try to get in at the bottom of a current move. I'm not saying the bottom. Oil's continued its little push up here. It's possibly not helped by Trump withdrawing from potential talks with Russia to settle or try and settle Ukraine. It's going to be one of the 8 he doesn't succeed with at the moment, isn't it? Apparently. I haven't done a fact check on that. I'm going to have to go and have a look at the fact checks on, has he really stopped 8 wars? There's the question. Anyway, it's behaving reasonably well. A lot of chop during the main sessions, though, it seems, later in the evening, 8 o'clock there, running. So not necessarily easy to get into, but it certainly has done a bit of a swing there to the upside. And, well, as I say, I haven't been trading it for a long time. I did have a little dabble in a bit of a move the other day for a few moments, but it really isn't for me at the moment. S&Ps still in this sort of weirdness. I mean, yesterday it came off in the afternoon. There are concerns about the concerns about AI sort of moving more and more, but this is so close to its previous highs. When you look at it on the dailies, it's not that far away. You just think, well, too much risk that it will push through there. You get a couple of the big companies doing quite well, and all of a sudden the excitement reappears, and off it goes for another new high, which might fail again. But it's not the time for me to be shorting this yet. Right, S&Ps, FTSE even. FTSE's still tootling on. It's still attracting a bit of money there. High lows coming through. Largely through the Asian session here, it's picked up. Don't really like the timing of the price action and what's really going on here. So largely, it's later. It's picked up here. 8 o'clock, sort of. Cash markets closed at that point, obviously. Anyway, we'll see what happens. We're on the 8 o'clock bar at the moment. It's pushing up, as you can see. I've got nothing on it at this stage that I want to be in. And finally, the DAX was looking at potential shorts yesterday. Didn't get into it. But it did eventually rock and roll in the afternoon. There, I was looking in the morning, and yeah, maybe should have just put a sell stop below the low over here. between the two highs. There's the low. It would have again worked out the distance of that double top bit of price action that occurred. Anyway, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Again, this, if I was looking on the short side, it'd be below the daily pivot, but for now it's seeing money running towards it, so I'll stand clear. Right, I'll leave you there. On that note, have a great day's trading. As I say, there's not much in the way of currencies at the moment. The euro actually might be, as I'm saying that, I just had a look at a euro chart on another screen. There we go. So I wouldn't go for the first 30 minutes, so if it runs too quickly, I'm not interested, but that could still be on this morning. If it goes too quickly, I'll just leave it, because don't trust it. Right, on that note, have a good day. Bye for now.